Hey guys, this is Kyle. I know I haven't done a video in a long time, and our two fans had asked us to do another video. I think it's been like 4 or 5 months since our last video. I don't think I've shaved, and I don't think I've gotten a haircut since then. Um, so, a couple updates on our personal life. My wife's dad, Holly's dad, passed away. His name was Alan. He was a really big influence in our lives. He was a great man, and we had a rough time with that. And subsequent to that, Holly's mom ended up moving in with us. So she moved in with us probably about a month ago, and it's been great. She's a real big help around the house. She helps with cooking, straightening up the house. She watches our daughter sometimes, so it's been fantastic. Obviously, I was a little bit hesitant about that, mother-in-law moving in, but that's just cliche. She's been great. So some business updates. Uh, After the May rollout of updates by eBay, we saw a precipitous decline in our sales, about 40 to 60%. It was horrible. We could not get anything going. We ended and sold similar in the entire store, tried all sorts of things, but sales were just not coming in. Probably in the last month or two, sales have started to come back. Um, so we're at about probably down 10 to 15%. Um, Actually, probably like more like 7%. We're listing more than ever. We're listing on average about 100 items a day. So sometimes we do a little bit more, sometimes we do a little bit less, but we average about 100 a day. So think about that. That's 700 items a week. That's 3,000 items a month. Um, so our store has grown to about 21,000 listings. Last time we talked, we were around 10,000 listings. So uh, 11,000 listings in 3 or 4 months. We're just growing massively in terms of our listing. And I think some of that's attributed to having a good space that is purposely built for what you list. Um, and that's one of the things that we used to go from selling everything to selling in just a few categories, and having areas set up just for that, those types of listings, I think has really helped us increase our listing. So I'll go ahead and just give you a quick overview of some of the changes we made in the warehouse. Is that we were going to set up pallet racking above some of our shelves, so we've done that in a couple of sections, and I'll go show you what that looks like. And then also over here, we are worked with a locksmith company that went out of business. There was a gentleman who did a clean out on there, tens of thousands of items. They are consigning it with us. We bit off a little bit more than we could chew, so we're having our shipper Jason go through them, because the problem is a lot of the items are water damaged, and then also the gentleman who owned the business salvaged through some of them, so they are missing parts. So we're having our shipping and warehouse guy go through them and pick out essentially sealed items, and then we are going to be listing those rather than trying to find things that are complete and then cleaning things. Just too much work. And then we also did an industrial buy. These black totes were stacked essentially all over here. Holly and Jason have gone through most of that, and most of that is listed. So up over here is what we were talking about in the last video, that we wanted to use our vertical space better. So a lot of these items are listed, and they may be somewhere over here and on the storage racks, and that's the overflow. So if we run if we run out of the items over here, we pull down a box or 2 boxes or whatever and refill it over there. So eventually we want to have that all the way across as far as we can. And the next thing that we worked on was that we got some new things for the shipping station. Our shipper, basically runs his own show up here. We just basically buy the stuff that he needs or wants, and so he's designed this whole setup. We got him a new table. We got this from a industrial company. It was surplus. They had tons of these tables, so this table's fantastic. It's absolutely massive. And then if we want to, we can run power to it so that he could, charge 4,000 things. And then he ended up taking an existing shelves that we had and put all his different mailers in here. And another thing we started doing is we sell a lot of records, but the problem with records, especially like 45s, most of them are just worth absolutely nothing, or they are damaged. So we started selling decor records. We do the 7-inch and then the 12-inch, and we sell them so often that we have them right at shipping. Made is that we had a bunch of clothing that we wanted to list, and so Holly ended up taking the idea from like Daily Refinement and a bunch of other clothing sellers to use basically a piece of plywood with gray carpeting at an angle. So she's been going through a lot of the clothing items and getting those listed. We had some t-shirts and a bunch of like Ford Motor Company coveralls and stuff like that. So she's then in the record room, just kind of expanded on the existing setup, moved some things around. If you guys ever want to test records, this is a great turntable because it is a 3-speed turntable. So it's an Audio-Technica LP 120. So it has 45, 78, and 33. It just doesn't have 16, which is like your spoken word records. But we don't really run into that very often. And the other thing, since it's direct drive, it makes it easier because you can take this and drop the stylus on any point of the record at any time, and then it starts and stops on a dime. So if I start it, it doesn't take a while to wind up like the belt drive ones do. So that's a great turntable for testing records. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully it won't be another 4 or 5 months until I release another video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Thanks. Bye.